Right. I know you're right about it. I have a problem, okay? I know that. And I decided to stop right now.
Bueno. Gracias.
Right after I get that Garcia slap.
Hey, what's up guys, Radku here, back with another Yu-Gi-Oh video. And since we can't go 2 weeks without making a Megalith video, here it is. This is my hopefully final version of Megalith. This deck has been fine-tuned and is looking really good. This list is way more consistent than the last one, and it allows for more accessibility when it comes to using your Megalith monsters, as well as better combos with less bricks. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. Starting things off, I played 3 copies of Full. Now, in my previous list, I only played 2 copies of Full, despite the fact that it can also help bridge consistency gaps. My reasoning was that Full it on its own doesn't really do anything without like tribute fodder, but the thing is that once you get cards into the graveyard, you can renew them with Full, allowing you to continue to fuel your plays by getting into Ophiel and Haggith. Mainly, the setup you want to get is 3 Megalith monsters on field with Diviner of the Herald, and then you are basically in your full combo state. I played 3 copies of Ophiel and 3 copies of Haggith. These ones are mandatory. They allow you to non-once per turn search, and then they allow you to ritual summon using them on the field. This allows for huge plays and is really, really good. Ophiel allows you to search monsters, while Haggith allows you to search spells and traps, and Haggith is easily your best one because these spells and traps are broken. I played 2 copies of Bethor, 2 copies of Airtron, and 1 copy of Phaleg. This is probably the optimal lineup for Megalith monsters because this allows you to play through hand traps better and allows you to bait negation, which is something that I didn't really take into account in my last list, which is why I'm playing more big ones. Bethor is really, really insane. It allows you to pop cards up to the number of ritual monsters in your graveyard, while Aerotron allows you to quick effect ritual summon. Its protection on field effect is not very good. It allows you to basically just protect your ritual monsters, but it's honestly just not good at all. But then the quick effect ritual in hand is very, very good because it allows you to get into cards and could potentially allow you to play completely on your opponent's turn. This is like next level. This is like Altergeist Multi-Faker Impermanence level of playing on your opponent's turn, which is really good. And Phaleg is just an amazing game closer. This card allows you to gain 300 attack for each ritual in graveyard, and it doesn't have to be with different names. So this could potentially give all of your monsters upwards of 2400 attack just in your combo, which is absolutely insane. And then the last Megalith I play is 1 copy of Awk. This card is a pseudo brick because it allows you to quick summon Chaos Max, but it's still really, really good because it allows you to fuel plays and get a level 4 on the field, depending on what your hand is. I played 3 copies of Incantation Chalice Slime, as well as 2 copies of Pencil Plume. These are your incantation engines, and they're required for your combo. That's the thing about the deck. With the loss of Block Dragon, this no longer becomes an extension engine, but rather the main part of your deck that you need to fulfill in order to allow your plays to go through, which is kind of sad because it makes the deck a little bit more susceptible to hand traps, but you're easily able to bait out most of your opponent's hand traps starting off the combo, and then you can continue going completely undisrupted. I played 1 copy of Chaos Max because this card's just insane. It's basically VFD, and I played 1 copy of Cyber Angel Benten because this is your follow-up / main part of your combo, which I will show later. I played 3 copies of Diviner. This card is really, really good. The fact that it's a tuner is why this card is a lot better than things like Manju and Senju, just of the fact that it can allow you to have access to Hulk plays a lot better, and it's what allows you to do plays with Hot Red Dragon Archfiend King Calamity. This card is really, really busted, and it allows for easy follow-up with cards like Baronet de Fleur. Then I played 2 copies of Manju. This is just another normal summon, and you can easily side it out when it comes to when it comes to side decking. But I really like the card because it allows for easy access to link spam, as well as the fact that it can easily set up an Abyss Dweller if need be. So that way your end board could end up being 2 Xyz monsters or a link monster, and then have the follow-up with full being a board wipe. Then for the incantations, I played 2 of the Pencil Plume, 1 Talismandra, and 1 Candle. These 2 are hard bricks, and you really don't want to see them because they're required for your combo, but it's still fine if you draw into them, because again, as long as you can get Diviner as well as 3 other Megalith level 4s on the field, you can still get to your combo easily, which is something that the deck has really easy access to. I play 1 copy of Adamancipator Researcher as another Take Tomborg-esque brick, where it's actually even better in hand, but you can still search it in the during the combo. So it's why I don't play 3 copies of it, because it isn't necessary at 3 copies. So for the spells, I play 1 copy of Portal. This card's really good for chain blocking. I play 1 copy of Inception for the incantation engine. I play 3 copies of Megalith Unformed, 3 copies of Prep of Rites, and 3 copies of Extra Foolish Burial. These cards are all really good consistency cards, and Unformed is one of the best cards in the entire deck. This allows you to basically take half the level of a Megalith monster, tribute the Megalith monster, and then summon one from deck with half the level. But this can do it with any card. So let's say you have a setup where you have Ophiel Engrave, a Manju in hand, and an Unformed in hand. So what you can do is normal summon the Manju, use the effect to search for something, then activate the Unformed, tributing the Manju, summon the Full can add back the Ophiel, and then you can continue to fuel your plays through that, which is really, really good. And this card allows you to play through Disruption if your Candle gets ashed. I play the Prep of Rites and the Extra Foolish as just ways of bridging consistency, and I decided to bump Extra Foolish to 3 because it makes the deck way more consistent. This consistency bridge is something that allows you to get easy access to your Chalice Slime or your Ophiel, because these are your 2 parts of the combo. So with these, you have 15 different ways to get to each part of your combo, which is why this deck is so consistent. And then I play a quick Ready Fusion package with 1 Instant Fusion and 2 Ready Fusion. This is just really, really good because it allows for consistency, and you need the level 2, you need the level 2 in extra deck, so that way you can dump it off of Herald to make it level 4, which is really, really good. But it also allows you to have access to an extender if need be that is a tuner, so it can help if your Granite gets ashed. And then I play 1 copy of Megalith Emergence because it allows you to get easier access to your board wipe. So that is it for the main deck. Going into the extra deck, I play 2 copies of Alvain, I don't really know. This card is necessary for your hot red combo, but it's also really good as a pseudo extender because of Ready Fusion. But all in all, even though it's a normal monster, and even though you do need to play 2 of them in order to supplement Ready Fusion, I still think it's really, really good, and I think you should play it. I play 1 copy of Baronet de Fleur because it's part of your follow-up combo. I play 1 copy of Chaos Ruler, the Chaotic Magic Dragon. So this card is required for your hot red combo, and it's a lot better than the Borreload Savage Dragon that I had in here, because you never really would put up a negate with the Borrel, so it doesn't really matter. So this would allow better follow-up, and it allows you to have access to rank 8s. So then I play 1 copy of Formula. You can tag into it with Hulk. I play 3 copies of Herald of the Arclight. This is required, okay, because you use it a lot. Since you're playing Extra Foolish and Diviner, both of which are usually sending your Herald of Arclight, this allows you to get more searches, but you don't want to run out of these. So that's why it's better to play this many of them. And then I play 1 copy of Hot Red, because this card is just literally the best card in the entire deck. Like, it's your main win condition, and it's really easily accessible in the deck. So then I play 1 copy of Abyss Dweller, 1 copy of Gallon Granite, and 1 copy of Dingirsu for some good Xyz monsters. Granite is required for the combo to search out your Researcher. And then Dingirsu allows you to out problem cards, and Abyss Dweller just comes up in so many matchups this format that I think it's just required to play it. Then I play 1 copy of Boral Sword for OTKs. I decided to cut access code because the engine took up too much room. 1 copy of Nephthys' Sacred Flame as your like 3rd win condition, because you can really easily access it late game. And then 1 copy of Hacklefibrax because you have easy access to it in the deck and it allows you to pull off your hot red combo. But that's it for the deck. Let's go into some combos. So this is a basic 2-card combo, or 2.5, involving Ophiel, Chalice Slime, and any discard. Now the thing is that you could substitute this for Pencil Plume, but Chalice Slime is a bit more searchable, so I wanted to show off the combo with Chalice Slime to make it more streamlined. So starting off, you're going to use Chalice Slime to discard the extra card you have in hand to summon the Candle from deck. Candle effect is going to search your Inception, activate the Inception, tribute it to summon the Ophiel. Then you'll use the effect of Ophiel to search out your Haggath. Then you'll use the effect of Inception, getting rid of the Chalice Slime to summon the Talismandra, and then you're going to add the Inception. Then you're going to activate the effect of Talismandra, searching a bed 10. You're going to activate the effect of Inception to tribute it to summon Haggath. Then you're going to use the effect of Haggath to search out an Unformed. Now activate Unformed, tributing the Haggath to summon Full. You specifically want to tribute the Haggath because you want to have access to your spells, and this is the best way to get access to them. So then you use the effect of Full, get back the Haggath. Then you'll use the effect of Full, tributing the Ben 10 to summon a Haggath from deck. You'll use the effect of Haggath as Chain Link 2, and then Ben 10 as Chain Link 1, because you don't necessarily need to have access to the stuff that Haggath searches, so you'll get access to the Diviner. Then you'll activate the Portal. Keep in mind, I actually didn't add back a card with Portal, but you can easily add back cards like Chalice Slime, which gives you way better follow-up than I previously had. So then you're going to activate the effect of Diviner, dumping the specifically Essence of Vanity because it makes it a level 4. This allows you to get a level 4 tuner on field that you were able to search. You'll be able to summon the Haggath, use the effect of Haggath to search out an Emergence because they can summon themselves, funny enough. But then this gives you access to your Infinite Grind game setup. So then you're going to overlay 2 of them for Gallant Granite, use the effect Detach 1 to search for an Adamancipator Researcher, then special Synchro 2 for the Chaotic Ruler. You could use the effect, but I'd rather not get rid of any cards because you still do have cards you want to keep in deck. And the only ones you're going to be able to add off of this are your Diviner, the Heralds, which you're already going to search in a second. So then you're going to use the effect of Researcher, special summon it, then Link 2 for your good old Hacklefibrax. Use the effect of Hulk, summon a good old Diviner from deck, and this is why this deck is way more consistent now, because you don't need to play any extra bricks. So then during your opponent's turn, you're going to set that, and then you're going to use the effect of Hulk, banishing itself to summon your Formula Synchron. You're going to use the effect to draw 1 card, and then on resolution, you're just going to activate the effect to synchro for your big boy Hot Red Dragon Archfiend King Calamity. This card is literally a forceful turn skip. Your opponent cannot droplet this. They can't do anything. The only thing that they can do is stop the Formula Synchron, which does happen fairly often, but you still have decent follow-up even if they try to do that. So then continuing on from that, you can activate, let's say they're playing a back row deck and they don't need to activate a ton of cards this turn. You're going to activate the Emergence to summon out your Megalith Full, use the effect of Portal, add back the Ben 10. Keep in mind you would have more cards in hand if you had actually added back with Portal on your turn, so you don't necessarily need to tribute the Full in this combo, but either way, let's say you forgot to do it too, you can just use the effect of Full, putting it back and tributing the Ben 10 to summon the Bethor. And then you can search out a Diviner with a chain blocked Ben 10, which is really good. So you get to pop 4 cards your opponent controls because you have 4 with different names. You have the Ben 10, the Ophiel, the Haggath, and then you have the Chalice Slime. In this combo, you technically would have had the Bethor in grave 2, but the thing is that you don't necessarily know what you're going to discard, so this is a little bit better. But anyway, continuing on that, during your turn, you can normal summon the use the effect of Emergence first, summoning the Haggoth so that way you can get cards back. Use the effect to add back a Ben 10. This is mainly for follow-up. So then you can normal summon the Diviner, use the effect to dump the Herald, use the effect of Herald to search out Phaleg, which is a really good OTK maker. Now keep in mind, again, you'll have access to another card in hand if you actually did the combo correctly and got back one more card with the portal. So what you can do from here, technically, is you can use the effect of Haggoth to tribute it, but I didn't do that in this combo because I instead went for the Baron, because it's, keep in mind, Diviner is now level 6, so 6 plus 4 is 10. So you can go for the Baron, which this is really, really good setup, so that way you can negate stuff your opponent might have on your turn, despite the fact that they shouldn't have anything. Use the effect of Chaos Ruler, because it can summon itself back, which is just insane. Banish a light and dark monster from your hand or graveyard, special summon this card from the graveyard, but banish it when it leaves the field. You don't even have to worry about that. Use the effect, summon it back, overlay the 2 Bethor and the Chaos Ruler for Dingirsu. This can out the last card your opponent has if it were to come to it, and this can play around Torrential because you can just easily protect your cards. But this is game. This is 3,000, 4,000, and then 2,600, which, if I'm counting correctly, is over 9,000. But anyway, this is just a really insane combo that even wasn't played optimally. If you had access to another card, let's say you had access to another big boy, you can use the effect to discard the big boy, attribute the Ben 10, and anything else you have in hand to summon a Phaleg out, and then all your monsters would gain, let's see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rituals in graveyard, and technically 7, so all your monsters would gain 2,100 attack, and that would just easily wipe out your opponent. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the deck. Please like, subscribe, share, comment, let me know what you thought, and let me know if there's anything you'll change about the list. Honestly, I think this list is pretty optimized, and it was very reminiscent of how, the list that Lungerty uses to top that LCS. But I think this is the most optimal build of Megalith you can play with the least amount of bricks. But yeah, that's pretty much it, and I'll see you in the next Yu-Gi-Oh video. Peace, guys.